What's going on, everybody? It's Matt, aka still not retired here. And we're here to talk in segment 2 about a deal update. So, Mike, thanks so much for joining me. We're going to go through our quick deal update. Mike Zuber, one rental at a time. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. I don't know if you saw it, but the deal update, I don't know if this is the property, but that I think it was a 225 or 235 property. My mom actually replied to it, and she wrote you a note. So I don't know if you've seen it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was fun. Here again, looking her up, it's Dorothy Zuber.
Yeah.
I strongly suggest everybody only say nice things on her comments. Otherwise, I will block your ass in a heartbeat.
Yes.
I don't care. She's my mom. You have to be nice to my mom. You want to take shots at me, go for it, but not her. So that's word to the wise.
I will definitely look up your mom's comment. And so we had a conversation where you could barely make it through the interview because you were laughing at me so hard.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go back and raise my price to get this deal done.
So this is the property.
This is the property. Deal update.
Okay.
So
okay, go ahead.
I went back and called my bank and I said, I need to understand exactly what my terms are going to be on this deal.
Right.
And so we went through and she basically was like, you know what? The terms are what they are. They're not going to get any better. And I was like, we are in a recession. And you need to recognize that. And she laughed and she goes, yeah, the strongest jobs recession you've ever seen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
touche.
It's like, listen, it's a bank. Like, it's not your money. Like, help me out a little bit. Like, the rate is something. I was like, we've done 27 deals together. So she actually talked to the senior lender. They came back and they go, no.
Yeah.
They're like,
No.
we don't love this deal. It's a weird property. And I was like, okay, it is. I have to give them that. It's a weird property. For those of you who haven't seen the other updates, it is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with a garage on it. That's a separate outbuilding that actually has a car lift in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a mobile home on the property. And then it has another massive outbuilding that's about 800 square feet that's heated, but has no running water.
Oh,
it's the gift that keeps on giving, but it's got a lot there.
Yeah.
And it's in a nicer area. It's a weird lot. It's one of those ones, Mike, where in the 60s, that type of stuff was built, but then there was a bunch of nicer stuff built around it.
Yeah. It was built first.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, 100% it was built first. Yeah. No one would build this. No one would get permission to build this thing now. And that's one of the things I like to unearth in deals. So fast forward a little bit. I talked to my broker and I just said, you know what? We just got to be patient. We just got to be patient.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, you were negotiating with yourself. Drove me crazy.
I literally said to him, I was like, we just got to be patient. I said, they're not going to give me a better rate. I tried to pull and turn every knob and lever I could because I wanted to get the deal done.
Yeah, you did.
But I also did not want to overpay and I did not want to take on a bunch of their responsibility.
And you didn't want me to remind you every week that
that's true too. That's true too. I've seen how the non-refining for Dion has gone. So
yeah, exactly.
That boat. So I just told my broker, I said, listen, I said, we'll just wait.
Yeah.
And so then he calls me yesterday and he goes, guess who? And we had 2 deals in the last week. And so he said, guess who I just got a call from? And my exact words were, was it the a-hole or the another word that I used? And because we both referred to those agents as that because they were horrible to work with.
Yeah, the a-hole or the biatch.
Yeah, exactly. So he goes, yeah, so it was the first one. I was like, okay. I was like, and then we start right into it and we get like, he guessed, yeah, we were like on it. So we're talking about the deal. He goes, they came back, they'll take your number. And he said, with no caveats. He said they'll take all their stuff. They'll move out when you want.
So again, this is the same property. This is the 240 whatever.
Yep, 240. I was down at 225.
And now, so again, this is people need to hear this. This is what I remember.
Yes.
You initially were at 200. The agent screwed you. Cash buyer 235. They back out. You're at 225 because the seller kept a 10K earnest money.
Yep.
Then you figure out they say 225, want to lease back for a month or 2, want to leave their crap and cash.
Yep.
Then you come on the channel with me last week and you try to convince me that you want to pay 240 and all that crap, I tell you, stop it. You're being dumb. You tell me, no, you don't get it. I want to lift, and this is special to me, and all this other freaking nonsense, which was total garbage. I say, what the hell are you doing?
Yes.
I say, wait.
Yes.
You wait.
Yes.
They come back and say 225. They're going to take their crap, no lease back, and you can get a loan.
Can't get a loan.
Oh, it has to be cash.
Yeah, it has to be cash.
Oh, but then you'll loan out.
But that's where I talked. So that was one of the other reasons I talked to the bank was I don't want to pay a double closing.
Okay.
And I said, I just want you to backtail this transaction.
Yeah.
So I'll close it with the normal person, and then you're basically going to be going through the quote unquote refi process.
Yeah. Okay.
So
would be very clear though, that is not going to be, because you got to watch this.
Yeah.
For most, you don't, because you have a relationship with the bank. Other people have to be careful doing this way.
Yes.
Purchase money rates are not refi rates.
Correct.
For most people, this would be called a refi, and the
Correct.
rate will be higher just because you have a relationship.
Yep.
You've communicated this. They won't be surprised. But most investors, you would get got for about 0.5% on rate. A refi. This, not saying this is bad. I just want other investors to know.
You're exactly right.
You would refi out at 80% or 75% LTV, but you'd be shocked at the rate because they're going to get you for 0.5 point.
At least 0.5 point, Mike. Right
At
now,
least,
right now, those are the rates that are at a full point higher.
And oh, by the way, it'd probably be 65% LTV if you didn't. This is why you communicate with your broker.
Yes.
Don't hide anything. Tell them everything that's going on. So I want to hear this again. I was right. Being patient.
You're definitely, yeah, absolutely. I tried to do everything I could to put the deal together.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yes. But I didn't want to overpay, and I also didn't want to give them everything that they asked for.
You didn't appreciate, because again, the magic of this was once they went cash buyer, you had a lot more power than I think you were giving yourself credit for. You still wanted to, you do what salespeople do. You want to pull every level and pull every reference and do everything you can just to know that you tried. Sometimes time is your friend. What now, if it was still open for loans, that would have been a different story, right?
100%.
Buyer pools here. I would have been with you. Once they went cash only on an odd property with, no hot water, no this, no that, mobile home, I'm like, dude, stop it, Matt. Stop it. Just wait.
Yes. So here's the thing. So we can basically dovetail that loan in nicely. Number one,
because you've communicated.
Yep. Number two is I wasn't willing to pay more because I couldn't get a lower rate. That was a big, well, just for me, that was also
you were trying too hard.
I was trying very hard. I need this deal is a strategic part of my plan for the next 3 years.
And you're going to do just fine at 2.25.
Yes. Well, so better. So,
better.
Yes. Well, so we hadn't really talked about what the numbers really look like on this deal, Michael.
Okay.
So at 2.25, what's really cool about this deal at 2.25. So now he's taking all of his stuff.
Yeah. That saves you a couple grand, dumpster fees. And
at least it's loaded. I mean, you've got 4 buildings there, Mike.
Yeah. So
that's
good. That's thousands of dollars.
It's thousands of dollars. That's why I was like, you know what? If I take on all that work, it's at least 4 or 5 grand.
No, for sure.
As I was looking at it. So
multiple dump runs. You got to take oil here and paint there.
Yes, exactly. I was concerned about all the chemical stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I start again. So we're looking at the deal, and it is, at the 225. So he doesn't get a lease back. He basically is going to have an extra few weeks to clear some stuff out. Okay. That's what we basically agreed to. Cause he's just like, I'm transitioning down to Florida now. I just need a few extra weeks. I'm like, that's fine. We're going to be starting work. There's a couple places we can start work. So we'll close. We'll let you get some stuff transitioned. No big deal. So no live-in lease back. No cleanup, no clean out. None of that stuff's needed. And they're going to still let me kind of do that weird banking transaction where I can basically bring these guys behind me. That's awesome. It basically gave me everything that I wanted. I wasn't getting the better rate. I, found my cojones, like Mike, like Mike pushed me to, and say, listen, you need to still buy it at the right number. But let's now talk about the rents. Yeah, because we haven't spent a lot of time talking about the actual.
So again, the aha moment for me last week when you were trying to be a little girl, is the building is really suited for you, right? You have you have buildings plus a house you can get, you can lease this. Basically, it will become lumberjack landlord HQ if you wanted it to be,
Yes.
which is pretty cool. I get why you wanted it so bad, but still, dude, you wanted it too bad.
I wanted it way too bad because the lift is such a rare thing.
There are lots of people that replied to this video on lots, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, dude, a lift costs $5,000. Get over yourself.
Honestly, here's the crazy thing. Now to get this type of this is a heavy duty hydraulic lift.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And so I'm going to educate. So
Yeah.
this heavy duty hydraulic lift is about a $12,000.
Okay. So it's a big,
it's a big money thing. And
right.
Worse yet, try getting the state to let you put one of these in technically a residential area.
Yeah. You're getting grandfathered. Yeah. You're getting grandfathered in because it was there first.
It's huge for me. So, but let's just get into the numbers real quick.
Before we do, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So you got 225. We're going to call this a win. I just want to play devil's advocate and say, what do you think would have happened if you would have stuck to 215 or 210?
I think that it would have stayed on the market for another few weeks.
Okay.
This agent
somebody may have jumped in.
Well, the issue is the agent's proven to not call us back.
Yeah, they already know. Yeah, you're that guy. Yep.
Yeah, they already don't call us back. And the biggest issue for me was we always build strategies. What's our out strategy? What do we do if we don't get this property? If it's just another duplex, like, who cares?
Yeah, this has extra special.
This has so much extra to it. And the other cool thing too is, so the numbers are ridiculous. And that was the other piece about this too, is that it was already to the point where somebody could just look at it. This is actually the #1 school district in this area by far. So this is one that somebody could very easily move in, do an owner occ, really easily live in the house, rent out the trailer to their mom or brother or whatever, and then even do nothing with the garage, just shut down the hydraulic lift and just use it as a regular garage. Like, there were 1,000 possibilities with this. And I'm just thankful that people aren't that creative. But
yeah, odd properties. I love odd properties. I've bought many of them, right? The extra buildings. I mean, I had a property one time we've since sold it that had, I think it was 4. It might've been six garage doors.
Yeah.
Like, clearly an owner was a car collector at some time. But we actually rented it out as storage.
Yes.
So
yeah, there was, and the other thing that we found, so let's go through the numbers real quick on this one, which I think is kind of telling. The mobile home rents for about market is probably between 1,000 and 1,100 a month.
All right, so let's call it 1,000. All right.
Yep. So 1 bedroom, and that's with that's no expenses. That's
gotcha. It's ready to go.
Yep. The 3-bed, 1-bath house in this area is worth probably about 1,700 to 1,800 a month.
All right, so we'll say 15, so 2,500.
Yep. The little building out in the back where I was just kind of like, my buddy starts laughing at me. He goes, dude, that's a perfect Airbnb glamping site.
Ah.
And I was like, shut up.
It's storage, buddy.
He goes, no, you don't understand. He goes, that is a unique building with super interesting characteristics. It's got heat. It doesn't have running water. So you could only do a summer thing there. And he goes, but for like $5,000 or $10,000, he goes, that's a glamping site. He goes, I have one of those in a less desirable area. I looked at the map and I said to him, I go, is there any way that we can capitalize on this? A huge lake is a 10-minute path walk off the back end of that property.
There you go. So
you could do like kayaks, whatever, like a nature week. He goes, $100 a night, easy. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I was like, no. And I said, you know what I would do? I would find a local host and I would say, it's all yours. I want half.
Yeah, exactly.
I never want to get a phone call about it. It's all yours. I want half.
Yeah.
And he's like, you would get that in 5 seconds. I said, we'll see. So let's just say that was $100 a night, like he says, because he's got that experience. Let's just say I take half. That's $50 a night. Let's just say that I only have 50% occupancy. Let's get really nutty on the numbers. $750.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's 25% of what we actually think we would get.
Understood.
So 25% there, but I get my lift for the first. I've looked 20 years. I've lost out on 2 other properties that had lifts. This
And
has
how big is that building? The one with
the
the lift?
lift building?
Yeah.
The lift building is,
Because it's more than just a lift.
yeah, it is. It's basically double bay.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually,
So
it's actually,
single lift on one side and then just a order.
so yeah, it's front to back double bay.
Oh, front to back.
Yeah. So basically you've got the lift here and then you've got the rest. It's about a 20 by 50 foot building. It's about 1,000 square feet.
So that really does become storage for you, because one of the things you have is storage and whatnot.
Yes.
So okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll get a plow truck now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just put all that stuff. So the numbers now are, we called it 1,000, 1,500, 750. So we're 1,000, 1,500, 750. So we're 3,250.
Correct.
And
And
that's
you get your bay
nothing for
free.
the garage.
Yeah.
The monthly nut on this deal, taxes, insurance, everything escrowed, PITI, is 1,360.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to get into it, right? So again, you're 20% down, 25.
Yes, 25 on this one.
All right. So 2.25. So 45 plus 17, call it 2.25.
62.
Yeah. 62-ish.
Yep.
You're going to put probably 20 in to everything.
Yeah, call it 18, making it even 80.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're 80 in and your cash flow is going to be $2,000 a month.
Yep.
So it's 24. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a 30% yield all day long.
Yep.
And you 30% yield with nothing, no value.
No value to the left.
Which again, in theory, you could rent that as your business.
100%.
Spit off $500 a month.
It actually has a current valid inspection station license.
Yeah, I would probably rent that to my business, right?
Yes. Well, so that's where the structure comes in. That's where
Exactly.
it's like, I can buy it, then I can rent it to the business. The other thing that I can do too is, and I was thinking about it, working an arrangement with an actual mechanic and saying, I keep all my stuff here. You get to use the lift to do whatever cars you want to do. Make sure you have insurance.
I don't think that's going to be worth the liability.
Yeah.
You're in a residential area. I don't think that
Potentially. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and just see what it looks like.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think making it Lumberjack HQ, your little thing, you could still rent it to yourself, keep the risk low, liability low. I just don't think you want cars coming on and off the lot with you have tenants.
For
and all
that part, yeah, it would be more like specific stuff. Yeah.
Like a restoration where they're there for months. Yeah, maybe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that's no volume. Forget about
like we do 3 custom Mustangs a year kind of thing.
Exactly. Yep. Something like that where the guy uses
that could work.
Engines, and because it has hoists and all this other fun stuff. So
pretty awesome. Well, I look forward to a video on the Lumberjack Landlord Instagram.
I'm going to show a before and an after. The 4 is a little bit nutty. I won't.
They should be.
But it's fun.
Well, congratulations. I'm happy for you. You finally had some cojones and you stopped being stupid. And it worked out.
I didn't overpay, Michael.
You didn't overpay.
Didn't overpay. But man, I just bought 30% cash flow and got a garage with a lift in it.
For free.
I'm a 7-year-old. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun with that project.
We have a lot of fun.
Decades.
Mike, tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
One rental at a time. If you want some cojones and play chicken with sellers, you can just check me out. I'll tell you what the truth is.
And if you always want to be picnic ready, Lumberjack Landlord. That's for you, Dion. As I always say, please subscribe, hit that like button for us. We'll be there in segment number 3 and live stream for Michael tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern on One Rental at a Time. And then my live stream is Sundays, 11:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Pacific. And we cover everything. We go for usually about 3 hours and answer all your questions. But Mike goes for an hour, and that's good. Just fun. All right, Mike, thanks so much for the time. We'll see you in segment number 2.
Thanks.